discontinuance of a public way in the village of Bondwell. Please take notice that the public hearing will be held by the village board of the village of Bondwell on Wednesday, June 14th, 2023 at 5:30 p.m. to discuss a proposed action to vacate and discontinue the following described village roads initiated by introduction of resolution of the village board of the village of Bondwell under section 66.1003 for Wisconsin statutes specified. Curtis Court and a portion of Whitney Way, a portion of Jeffrey Court, and a portion of Kimberly Court to be vacated by the village of Bondwell. The full legal description of vacation and survey map can be obtained from Bondwell Village Hall. Notice is further given that to section 66.1003 for C Wisconsin stats, any property owner flooding a street proposed to be vacated who objects to the proposed street vacation should file with the office of the village clerk for the village of Bondwell a written objection to the proposed vacation, stating the reasons for their objection to the street vacation.
So everything has been done for the public vacation or for the vacation and discontinuation of these roads. We have notified all the landowners that have abutting property of these streets. I have not received any written objections. Mr. Hutter was in today. He owns a property, lot 7. You guys all have maps in your thing. He owns lot 7 here. The yellow are the roads they're looking to discontinue. Hutter has no objection to anything. So he is good with it all. Last time they tried this about 4.5 years ago to discontinue it. Lot 7 and 8 had issue, but at that time they were looking to vacate the roads right at Kimberly. They have since backed them up to the end of the lots, so these are true corner lots. So at this point, we've had no objections from any of the other lot owners. So, and like I said, they all were served papers back on like the 14th, 15th, but they were actually served by a server and have been notified in ample time according to state statute. So.
And then lots 9 and 10, he split that, correct? Where
Correct.
Jeffrey Court went, they
Yep.
would each split, get half of that.
So actually, lot 10 is owned by Grunwald's, and 9 is Vorpal. Correct?
Yeah.
Kimberly, right? Yep. So Kimberly Court. Yep. So yep. They live on 9, and then 10 is owned by Jim and I own.
Okay.
And then all of this over here is still Jim and I own. I own that. So and lot 8 is
Melissa,
Ryan,
Ryan.
and they'll be building on that lot shortly.
So it just makes them true corner lots.
Make some true corner lots. Jim has run the infrastructure. We've approved to do the paving on the rest of Whitney Way there.
Yep.
As soon as- yeah.
There's
Soon
curb and
as-
gutter, I don't know if any of you have been up there, there's curb and gutter up there.
Mhm.
Multiple curb and gutter on the rest of Whitney Way. Sewer infrastructure, fire hydrant and everything was put on the end of the court where that cul-de-sac ends, that runs down there, so there's water and sewer service down that way. We got that approved to DNR and everybody else, the Wolf treatment plant. So the only thing, I mean, since nobody's objecting to it, my perspective is I don't mean to cut you off, Michelle.
No, that's fine.
I mean, we're not losing anything. If anything, we're gaining something. Because if another developer at some point in time wanted to buy that land, they could lay it out the way they wanted to. They just have to go through road dedication again and then put up a subdivision. Talking to Jim, it didn't take off as he expected to. Sort of died out where it is right now, and he's just trying to clean up the loose ends right now. So we would just vacate the roads. That would go back on the tax rolls, minimal amount difference. I mean, you're talking a couple bucks in favor of us. The survey work's all been done, so I don't see any issue because none of the residents have any issue with that whole mountain.
Jim, did you have anything to add? Or?
How long do we have to keep this?
Well, I mean, I guess until there would be any other questions, we don't. I mean, I guess if there's anything else you guys have concerns on or questions.
Yeah, nothing?
Nothing.
I mean, I've ran it past the attorney. Two questions she had on it, we've already discussed.
Yeah, and you didn't, I mean, they were all made aware of it, so.
Correct. Correct. And like I said, Jim was in today.
Melissa Ryan said that she got the paperwork stating that the public hearing was gonna happen today. She didn't know if she was gonna be making it out, obviously not. That's really the two that affects.
Cause that's the newest house.
Yep, well, I guess I could give you an update on that as well. Wait. So her contractor state license expired, so she's looking for a different contractor. They cut some timber off the land and then stacked it on Mr. Hutter's land, which Mr. Hutter wasn't too happy about. But I just got another digger's request to mark the lot line, so it sounds like she found another contractor to do her building. She still doesn't have the state-approved seal for a single-family dwelling house, which all will work with it once she gets it all finalized. But first, they needed a state-approved building contract. Oh, there. Okay. So they must have got that. I talked to Paul today about making sure that we track them down because I told him about the digger's hotline request again. So to make sure that they get all their permits. They have all their erosion control, stormwater management, and land use permit for myself. The only thing they're waiting on is a building permit from Paul. So with my permit, they can start doing excavation and things of that nature, but they can't build anything until they get Paul's permit.
Is that it?
Yeah, so if you want to, if there's nothing else on the discontinuation, then you can close the public hearing.
Close the public hearing. And we'll move on to the Village of Bonneville Village Board meeting, June 14th, 2023. Pledge of Allegiance and Southern Education.
The United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Statement regarding the meeting notice. The agenda for the meeting was sent to the Shawnee Leader and Results Broadcasting. Copies of the agenda were also posted at the Village Hall, Bonneville State Bank, and Bonneville Library. I have approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda and review it as necessary.
I'll second it.
Motion by Stocks, second by Hottenstein, to approve the agenda and deviate as necessary. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Can I have approval of minutes of May 10th, 2023?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from Wednesday, May 10th, 2023.
I'll second it.
Motion by Court, second by Zuliger, to approve the minutes from May 10th, 2023. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Acknowledgement of citizenship and open forum. We have Tammy Kroll here. Communications, petitions, correspondence. Committee and department reports. CIP had a committee, Kay Hottenstein.
We still don't really have anything concrete. We're still working on coming up with something.
Committee of the whole, we met on May 24th. We have some items coming to the board. Police Department report, Chief Eric Kraus.
Report is on file. The one question I had for you guys is the application process is closed for that part-time officer position. Last time we ran it where the police department did the initial interview and we brought a number that the board wanted forward to be interviewed by the village board, so you guys could make the final decision on any hirings. I don't know if you want that done at a COW meeting or at a village board meeting or what your wishes are, and I also need to know the number of applicants you want brought forward. So we'll limit it down to, if you want 1, 2, 3, whatever, we'll limit it down. What's that?
How many do we
I
have?
think we did 3 last time.
How many do we have?
There were 15 applicants total.
How many good qualified ones?
I would say about 7 or 8. So again, it's all completely up to you if you want us to limit it down to 1, 2, 3. You give me a number, we'll get it down. And then I need to know if you want it at the COW for your interview or at the board meeting.
I would say it would probably go to COW, 'cause that's considering that's like your department meeting now.
Yeah,
Okay,
I would say the top 3 that you would think,
top 3?
That was,
Okay,
and then kind of go, we can go from there.
that's what we've done in the past, but again, it's completely up to you, whatever you wanted. So if you want to interview 15, that's fine. I mean, you do you, but if you want us to limit it, I didn't know how limited you want us to get it down, so.
Yeah, I would say the top 3, and then we can kind of start from there.
Okay,
Okay, Fire Department report on file. EMS report on file. Clerk Treasurer report, Shel Marashik.
my report is on file. Couple things. Ashley provided me, she had called me, and after she was at our meeting, she had a couple of things for feedback. One of the things is when we do roll call, we need to answer yes or no or yay or nay. She said, just because if it ever comes down to something where it needs to be looked at, we need to make sure we're saying yes or no or a or nay. So, and I also need to record that in our meeting notes. So whenever there's a roll call, like going in and out of a closed session, resolutions, ordinance, I need to record, like if Andrew Court says nay, or he says a, I need to put that in there, that Court said this, Zuliger said this, Page said this. So we need to say that, or if Zuliger abstains, I need to put abstain. So I need to record that, and you guys need to say it, yes or no, it has to be or a or nay. So just so you guys know, going forward, you can't say present or yeah. You can say, yeah, I know it's a yes, but try to make it so it's yes or no or a or no, okay? The other thing she said is with closed sessions, and I'll go into some more stuff with closed sessions when we go into the closed session on legal stuff. But closed session, she said, really should only be, all board members are allowed in at all times. She's saying that, but basically, you're allowed to invite in the clerk, village attorney, but you really shouldn't be inviting in or people that are not needed in there. So if there's a reason for them, like, they shouldn't be in there, don't invite them. So employees who shouldn't be in there, so like if it's something, like we have a legal one on there today, you can invite me in because I have to give you the information, but you don't necessarily need to invite, the chief or the director.
Essential to that.
Correct. Or if we're talking about a business development type thing, you don't need to invite the fire chief, and the police chief. It would be just more so and maybe not me. But most of the time she's saying the clerk gets invited because I'm the keeper of the minutes and that, so I get invited to record the minutes. But she's saying not to invite more than you need to because there's always the confidentiality thing and more people that know, you just don't want to do that. So, hi there. Yep, we'll see. So basically, she's just saying that the practice is closed session, really, you need to think about who we're inviting in. So, like I said, we'll talk a little bit more about that later, about some stuff in there. No voting thing. So those are the things, and I'll give you guys a handout later in the closed session. What else? I think that's it. And then Jesse will talk about some other stuff that I would handle in
Municipal Operations Department report, Jesse Rankin.
The report's on file, in addition, what goes along with item number 1, the swing for Megan Kelly. What we're doing is a dedication on June 24th at 1 o'clock up at Village Park. We're trying to, well, this is a press release, but I'm trying to make sure that I have the correct people that did the correct things, such as swing fabrication, painting, concept, concrete work, and everything else. So by tomorrow, no later than tomorrow, I should have a word on all this, and then we'll publish this. I've already talked to Rodders, Chief Automotive, and I guess that's it. The rest of my left messages for, but I'm trying to make sure that everybody's included that did work on it. So that way, when we have our dedication up at the park, everybody's acknowledged for it, and then you will show up, and it'll be a good story for the village. Questions on that?
I did have, there's some additions here. The guy that donated the
Wood?
posts,
Yeah.
Kubler, Joe Kubler, I think his name.
I didn't know who it was, and I talked to Ben about it, and he said he didn't know if he wanted any recognition or not, so I'm sort of waiting to hear back.
Okay,
So I know that he donated, I didn't know who it was, but I know an old guy, an older gentleman donated some wood for the project.
yeah.
And I'm not 100%, I'm pretty sure the school made the swing, but I'm not 100% sure, because Rodders, they just did preparation of sandblasting. I shouldn't say just, but they did the preparation, he didn't make it.
Right.
Is there anybody else you can see I'm forgetting on?
No, I got the list here, and Tammy's gonna do a separate plaque to affix to the swing that sits within the post.
Okay.
She's having that done with everybody's name on it.
Do you know if that plaque is done yet or not? Or-
That plaque is not done. What they're doing is they're gonna give us a facsimile of it to
or won't
put
be done
on
yet?
there. So where it's going to be placed, we'll be able to place it into that, and it shows the exact same artwork, but, and when the new one comes in, we'll have to go up and drill it and.
Yep.
Yeah.
The village sign, we got another resident on a village sign. I'm expecting one more. That'll take up 4 spots. I'm gonna open it up unless there's any objection from the board to open it up to the rest of the village to advertise on that sign. I've contacted all the businesses in the business park twice, or I should say the industrial park twice. And I've only got a response from essentially 3 people, but one's gonna do double sign, so that's 4 spots. So that leaves 6 open. Open it up to the rest of the village, first come, first serve. That way we can get things on there for advertisement. And
Who do
also,
we have on there?
what's that?
Who's on there right now?
Currently I have Joe Myasti Dental and BRK Storage. Rosine Woodworking said they're gonna buy a double one, so that way theirs can be a little bit larger. That is an option for everybody. It's $100 a year for the double, $50 for the single. And then when we start receiving the light bill, then we'll adjust price, but it's a year contract that we have with them. And what I'll do is I'll open it up for the rest of the village, first come, first serve. I know we have 2 people that are waiting to get on there, so. Should we do?
I think that'll be good.
What's that?
Yeah, it does look very nice.
Landscaping will be done here, hopefully shortly too. A couple of side notes, we did win a carbon reduction grant. It's an 80-20 match grant. It's for the streetlights. So way back when we did a plan for streetlights in 5-year phase. Well, this will allow us, what I'm trying to do is, because there was an upfront cost and then an 84-month cost. And then after that, the cost went down. We started seeing savings. So what I did is I tried to ask for that 84-month money up front, along with the cost to install them to pay it all at once. It's $136,000 that we got approved for this grant. We have, the total grant is like 150 something. We have to pay 20%, which would be the other $20,000. The grant would cover the other 138, but there's some, we're going through some numbers. I don't think we'll get that amount because I had some engineering in there. I don't think we'll get that full amount, but what I'm saying is that at least we got something coming our way for the streetlights, and hopefully that will reduce the burden on the cost over the 84 months. So that was a pretty good one.
Yeah.
And then the sewer trailer, not the trailer, but infiltration, just to give everybody a heads up. Remember I was telling you large numbers, we were at 420, used to be at 70, found some infiltration. Well, I'm getting numbers to fix that, so just so there's no sticker shock coming up. That's probably gonna be about a $30,000 fix just for Cecil Street. So just keep that in the back of your mind when we start getting proposals. I got one bid back for it already. I'm waiting on 3 other companies. We can wait to do it, but it's never gonna get any better. And it's gonna continue to get worse. And we'd be saving, I'd guesstimate probably about $2,000 to $3,000 a month on just pumping alone. So keep that in the back of your mind.
Sir, you're here for,
I was just here for.
oh, okay, we'll get to you in just a minute. Board reports. Zoning Board of Appeals, there was none. Library Board, there was none. Plan Commission, I was not there, but it looks like there's items coming to the board. Fire Commission is on file. Miscellaneous reports. Okay, new business. Okay, let's move down to what it be.
Is that for the liquor license?
K9. Discussion and possible action on approval of liquor license applications for Nicolay Properties, DBA Wayne's Place LLC.
So this, K9 is their liquor license. They're taking over on Monday, I believe, is the closing on this one. So this liquor license would start the 19th and run to the 30th of June. Then they're actually in K10 also, or where's the next one? Yeah, K10, they're in there for the following year for their whole year license. So, but because they're purchasing it, they need for the 19th through the 30th with their license, because Wayne's will be done. So, Nicolay Properties will need their license. So this will be for the end of this month. And then they've already paid for the one for the next year. So, they've gone through the background check. They've done the publication. It's been published in the paper. So everything is good on that. So we just need the approval on the liquor license for the short-term one here from the 19th through the 30th.
I'll make a motion to approve the short-term license.
I'll second it.
Motion by Kelly, second by Court to approve the short-term liquor license applications for Nicolay Properties, Wayne's Place. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried.
Do you have any questions or concerns on here?
Does he have to be here for the 10th? Because probably wants to go on his kids.
Yeah, that's, I mean,
You're good.
yeah, so we'll
I have
have,
some other work to do here in town, so
yeah,
we're
so
right on time, so.
we'll probably have it done, we can probably have that ready here for Friday.
Okay.
So that you can pick it up and then you guys will be good for, Monday.
Okay.
And I know Wayne was here today to get everything changed over, so you should be good to go.
Great.
All right.
Thank you. Welcome to the.
Welcome to
Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you for your time. Appreciate everything.
Yep.
Thanks, have a good rest of your day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you. K1. Discussion of possible action on resolution 2023-09, approving discontinuing of dedicated roadways in Whitney Woods subdivision.
I'll make a motion for approving, introduce resolution 2023-09 for approving discontinuing of dedicated roadways in Whitney Woods subdivision.
I'll second it.
Resolution 2023-09 was introduced by Zuliger, second by Stein, approving the discontinuing of dedicated roadways in the Whitney Woods subdivision. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, or roll call?
Court,
Yes.
Hottenstein,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Page,
Yes.
Stashik,
Yes.
Zuliger,
Yes.
Gaines.
Yes.
Things
Resolution
like
passed.
First test was a pass.
And one other note, I forgot to tell you this in my report, is that for the 6 years I've been here, I was told by the past clerk that every time I do roll call, I'm supposed to rotate the order of your names. That is not true. So by the new attorney said she has never heard of that, so I don't know where the past clerk got that. So I just followed suit because that's what I was told. I've never been a clerk before this. I am supposed to go in alphabetical order. So we will be going in alphabetical order going forward with president last. So,
Well, we cannot laugh.
so I am just telling you, we will be going in alphabetical order. And that is what Robert's rules also state, which I'll be giving you a handout on that also later. But just so you know that I'm not just losing my marbles, that is what the official ruling is.
Well, thank you
Sounds
for
good.
explaining that.
Yes.
K2, discussion and possible action on conditional use permit request from Captain's Axe and Arcade LLC for property located at 110 East Green Bay Street, Suite A, parcel number 107-70050-0870.
This came from the plan commission. What it is that they asked for a conditional use permit. Plan commission determined it would fall under letter E, commercial recreation facilities such as built-in, but not limited to arcades, archery ranges, bowling alleys, clubs, dance halls, driving ranges, gymnasiums, lodges, miniature golf, physical culture, pool and billiard halls, skating rinks, skate rooms, racquetball, and curling. Even though it doesn't call out there, we determine that to be similar in use to that, where it would be a recreation facility.
I'll make a motion to approve the conditional use permit for Captain's Axe and Arcade LLC.
Okay.
Motion by Kelly, second by Page. To approve the conditional use per request from Captain's Axe and Arcade LLC. Is there any discussion? Favor say aye.
Abstain.
Opposed? Motion carried. Discussion and possible action on resolution 2023-10 approving the village emergency response plan.
This came from the committee of the whole. We updated the emergency response plan because it had not been done since 2019. So we updated the contacts and this is the new resolution with those updates.
I'll introduce resolution 2023-10, adopting Village of Bondola emergency response plan.
I'll second it.
Resolution 2023-10 has been introduced by Court, second by Zuliger. Approving the village emergency response plan. Is there any discussion? Roll call?
Court,
Yes.
Hottenstein,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Page,
Yes.
Stashik, Zuliger,
Yes.
Gaines.
Yes. Resolution passed. Discussion and possible action on resolution 2023-11, approving the 2022 CMAR compliance maintenance annual report.
Oh, what this is the DNR report, yearly report that's due, that has to be submitted with a resolution. We went over this last time about our overall system received a grade of A. No defaults or issues to be noted. In order to submit this to the DNR, we needed our resolution.
I'll introduce resolution 2022-11, Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources, NR 208, Compliance Maintenance Annual Report 2022.
I'll second it.
Resolution 2023-11 has been introduced by Stashik, second by Hanstein. Approving the 2022 CMR AR compliance maintenance annual report. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Court,
Yay.
Ottenstein,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Page, Stashik,
Yes.
Zuliger.
Yes.
Game.
Yes. Resolution has been passed. Discussion and possible action on resolution 2023-12, approving the village election day response plan.
This was also discussed at the committee of the whole. We needed to incorporate some new procedures for election day response by the Wisconsin Election Commission. So this is the new response plan.
I'll introduce resolution 2023-12 to adopt the Village of Bondwell Election Day Emergency Response Plan.
I'll second it.
Resolution 2023-12 has been introduced by Court, second by Stashik, approving the village election day response plan. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Court,
Yes.
Ottenstein,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Page,
Aye.
Stashik,
Yes.
Zuliger.
Yes.
Game.
Yes. Resolution passed. Discussion and possible action on resolution 2023-02, approving the village website redesign service agreement.
This also came from the Cow Committee. We have agreed to go with Rankin Designs. I've included the contract and the agreement here to enter into a 2-year contract with Rankin Designs.
I'll introduce resolution 2023-02.
I'll second.
Resolution 2023-02 has been introduced by Kelly, second by Court, approving the village website redesign service agreement. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, roll call.
Court,
Yes.
Ottenstein,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Page,
Yes.
Stashik,
Yes.
Zuliger.
Yes.
Game.
Yes, resolution passed. Discussion and possible action on approval of Celebrate Bondwell's firework permit application.
The permit is in there. We looked at this at the Cow Committee. We were missing the certificates of insurance. I did get the certificate from Celebrate Bondwell from Pam Schmidt. And she also forwarded me the one from Spielbauer Fireworks Company. So we do have that. And then Jesse also forwarded me the road closure information for that event. I mean, that doesn't really go with the fireworks, but we do have it for the event in general. So we have everything for the firework permit to be issued.
I'll make a motion to approve the Celebrate Bondwell fireworks user permit.
I'll second it.
Motion by Hottenstein, second by Zuger, to approve Celebrate Bondwell's fireworks permit application. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Discussion and possible action on approval of picnic liquor license for Celebrate Bondwell 4th of July celebration.
This is for their temporary picnic license for the event on the 4th of July. They've gone through the background check with the PD. Everything has come back good. They have their premise location and everything on there, so this is good to go.
I'll make a motion to approve the picnic liquor license for the Celebrate Bondwell 4th of July celebration.
Second.
Motion by Court, second by Kelly, to approve the picnic liquor license for Celebrate Bondwell 4th of July celebration. Is there any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. 10. Discussion and possible action on approval of 2023-2024 liquor license application.
All the liquor licenses are in there. The only one that is new, I believe, since the committee of the whole would be the one for Nicolay Properties, which is the one we have just approved. This would be theirs for the entire year from 7/1 to 6/30 of '24. So that is the addition to this group of applicants.
I'll make a motion to approve the liquor licenses through for the year.
I'll second it.
Motion by Ottenstein, second by Zuliger, to approve the 2023-2024 liquor license applications. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Discussion of possible action on approval of 2023-2024 operators license applications.
The applications that are in your booklet are the ones that did not pass the background checks. The first one in there for Stanley Torrey, yeah, is the only one that was straight out denied. So when he was denied, I will send him a letter stating that if he wants to appeal his denial, he can get in touch with me before the next board meeting, and he can come to the July meeting if he wants to appeal that in front of you guys. The rest of the applicants in there are approved by Eric with a conditional letter of agreement, which they're all in there. So we would just need to approve those with the conditional letter of agreements and then get them to sign those with the establishment's managers. Eric has already signed them, and then Russ would sign them as the village representative, which we've done. Most of these are all repeat operators who have done this in the past, so. We just need an approval to deny Stanley and approve the other ones if that's what you choose to do.
Make a motion to approve the denial for Stanley and the approval from the others with letter.
I'll second it.
Motion by Kelly, second by Zuliger, to deny Stanley and Torrey and the approval of the 2023-24 operator license applications with a conditional letter of agreement. Is there any discussion? Favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Discussion and possible action on 2024 village budget calendar.
Well, guess what time of year it is, guys? I haven't even got the audit back, but I did get your entries. And I'm supposed to be getting the audit back soon because I have to file some reports before the end of this month. But it is time to look at the budget calendar. So I've gone through and adjusted it because we don't have committees anymore. We have committee of the whole, which I think will be okay because rather than having special meetings with everybody, we'll be having the second meeting of the month, which will be going through the budget. So I've adjusted it to reflect that. So what'll happen is after I reconcile for June, I will get out the detailed ledgers for the department heads to review to make any changes and moving anything next month. And then in August, we'll begin looking through budget. So, and the deadlines will make us look at the budget in public hearing. It will be on November 8th in order to get those deadlines for the county and get those done before December. So we would just need to approve the budget unless you guys see something that's not right in here.
I'll make a motion to approve the budget schedule.
I'll second it.
Motion by Hottenstein, second by Zuliger, to approve the 2024 village budget calendar. Is there any discussion? In favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Do a closed session, you want to do the
I
committee
would
one first?
say let's go to the things that we don't have to go to closed session for, so, we have the amendment. There's
Oh.
an amendment.
K14. Amendment, discussion of possible action on sale of 2010 police squad car.
I talked with the wiring guy. He said if we're going to dewire the police car and get it ready for sale, it's gonna be about $1,000 for him to do that. He's currently doing transitions, which means he's moving stuff from old squad cars to new squad cars right now. He's got Shawano County, Shawano City, and Menominee that he's working on right now. He said probably the earliest he could get it in would be August-ish, if that's a decision he wanted to do. The repairs on the Crown Vic came back, it was about $1,800. So that's all taken care of. It's well within our budget, so we didn't need to tap into anything else. Everything else has got a clean bill of health on the car. So if it's possible, I'd like to keep it until we sell it, because if we start unplugging radios and stuff, I'm afraid that when we put it in the next car that we get, something could go sideways because it's not powered up. It's, we currently park it behind the police department. If you look at Shawano County Sheriff, Shawano City Police, everybody's got police cars parked outside. That's what they do with their spare cars. And it takes 1.5 years to get us another car. So if something would happen where we need one, we'd be up a creek without a paddle for 1.5 years. So because it's still functional, I would ask we keep it, but it's up to you, whatever you want to do.
Well, by keep it, you mean not drive it at all? Right?
Well, we would still be using it. We're trying to keep the mileage down on our white Explorer that's up in the 90,000 mile range right now. We're trying to keep the mileage down on that. So Jim especially prefers to drive that car versus the Explorers. It's more comfortable for him, and that's what he has to drive. If you want it stored, just stored, we could do that. I could make Jim drive the Explorer, but
Well, if we keep putting miles in, it's just gonna wear and tear if something else breaks. Like if,
We just
we
spent
keep, yeah, we just spent money. And if it's good working now and we can sell it and get top dollar for what it is now. And if we drive it for another 2-3 months here and there, if something would break or there would be something bad happen, then we're completely, then there's no option.
And right now, I looked at the insurance and it's just, we would get cost on it. It's not, because they changed that a couple of years ago, that once it gets so old, we don't get like full replacement like on newer stuff where we get the price of a new car. We would just get whatever the value is on it.
And dropping off that vehicle off our insurance with that.
It's not much for insurance,
I think it was $100 and some bucks a year.
$100 a year, but like I said, they changed it. It used to be on all of our equipment, no matter how old it was, if let's say it got smashed tomorrow, we'd get a brand new car. But they changed that after all the riots of the Floyd stuff and all that, because it cost the insurance a lot of money to replace all that stuff.
Yeah.
So they changed it a couple years ago to be that after a certain year of a make of a vehicle, you only got whatever it was worth. Because it used to be, no matter how old the stuff was, if you smashed it, you got full replacement. But then, like I said, because of rioting and different things, the stuff that took place in the lower part of the state, and they burnt things and smashed things, and they had to replace all that at cost, it got very pricey. So insurance went up, and they changed their rules. So now, if something would happen to that car, if it's worth $3,000, that's what we get. We wouldn't get, a $50,000 replacement car. Or if something would happen to the 2020 car, we'll get full replacement.
But we decided we were going to sell that.
Yeah.
2010.
I guess I would prefer to not use it anymore and put it up for sale and schedule the guy to come dewire it. I guess that's my stance is.
I agree.
You could probably follow this ad, right?
Well, how do you guys want to sell it? I mean, I know, this is what we did in the past, is we put it up for sale, like that. I mean, you don't have to do that. You can do a sealed bid. We have put stuff just in the paper for sale. You could do a marketplace thing. You guys don't have to put it on sealed bid.
How many miles does it have on it?
It doesn't, you don't know, do you?
The odometer is all in it. We have to put it on the reader to get it done.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah, I think that's cool. But this is just what we did for the old six, which is still in town.
mhm.
But, I just gave you that as a sample of what we did. You
I
know,
would say maybe put an ad in the paper.
you could put it, I mean, like Jesse said, the last time we did sealed bid, we didn't get very much, knowing now what we know. Like you said, if you would have threw it on marketplace for that truck.
Yeah.
We probably would have got more money on it, starting it out at what we thought it was worth. And then you can always came down, with the sealed bid, we had to kind of take what we were offered.
Right. I think we should just go ahead and do the marketplace thing, take a picture and get the deets and throw it up there. We probably have to put it with condition after sale finalized after,
After the guy takes the
The-
stuff home. Dewiring.
yeah, DOR and all that.
So do we wait
Park
to
by
post it?
Smitty too, because that's a lot of visibility.
Yeah, we could see the marketplace committees.
I recommend parking up there, those parking, because I mean, he's really great guy, but I mean, he's just not there for looks. He wants
Oh,
to
yeah,
make
you
some
got
money
the
off
corner.
it.
What's a reasonable
Oh, we
price?
can put it right on.
We can
put it right
Yeah,
asking
yeah,
price, or
there's
that we
public
own-
parking there.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
True.
I mean, I have no idea what's on for mine. So you can tell Google.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, we get the information up, the mileage, and then, Blue Book it. So,
I'll make a motion to put the Crown Vic up for sale. And how do you want to
With no further
Put
use.
in, how are you gonna sell it?
put it on marketplace and park it, block up here, the high visibility. And
Blue Book.
price it,
we'll take it off Blue Book value.
Blue Book it after we get the mileage.
So should we hold off till next meeting so we can decide on the price, or?
You said it's gonna be a while before we can get it.
I can't get it scheduled until August. So that does give us time. We can use it for the 4th of July this year, so it doesn't put us into a cram. This year, we were still able to utilize it, so.
So,
And that's it.
So other than the 4th of July, it should not be drove in.
So do you wanna do this and on your motion page so that I know what?
Okay. So we're gonna put it up for sale on marketplace. We're going to, the price will get through Blue Book once we are able to get the mileage. And we'll park it up on the corner where it's visible. And we'll allow to use it for the 4th of July. And that's it.
I'll second it.
Motion by Hotstein, second by Court for the approval of the sale of squad car, condition of putting it on a marketplace for sale. Visibility in the intersection of Bondwell. Once we have Blue Book miles. Any other discussion? Favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We'll go to do unfinished business. Discussion of possible action on appointments to boards, commissions, and committees.
So police committee, we have good Doug, right? Because we didn't have that one appointed yet.
Douglas appointed.
We didn't have him last time. We had, did we? No, it was just you and
Doug
Lyle.
Barrows? Doug Barrows?
You didn't, I don't think you had a yes from him yet at the last
Yeah.
time. I don't think, I didn't have him. I only had Lyle and you.
Oh.
So we
I
need
saw
to,
when I talked to him, and he said he talked to one of the girls up here, he just had to come and sign the paperwork.
yeah, but I don't think we've had it appointed
Or
yet.
appointed?
So we need to
We'll
appoint
appoint,
it.
yeah.
Yep, so we need to get that one appointed.
On the police committee,
Yes. For another term, yeah.
do you make a motion?
Yep.
I'll make a motion to appoint Doug Bartels on the police committee.
Motion by Hartenstein, second by Kelly.
Yep.
To approve Doug Bartels, as chairman of the police committee for another term. Is there any discussion?
Just his term till May 2023, should that be
Yep.
changed?
It will be, but I just wanted to make the appointment official, yes, and then he'll be on for another,
Who is it?
2025.
I think it's a 3-year term. Yeah, so. Maybe 26.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
So we 26.
Okay, hear any other discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Oh, I'm gonna go to approval of the payments.
Payments are in there. Um, I don't think there's anything out of the norm in there. Any questions on anything?
No, I'll make a motion to approve the payments.
I'll second it.
Motion by Court, second by Zuliger for approval of the payments. Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Approval of the treasurer's report.
The treasurer's report is in there. As I stated earlier, I did get the journal entries last week. I had not entered them, but they will be entered in before the next meeting. And I should have the audit. Haley had said that John was looking at it, and I should have that soon, so. But I do have the journal entries to enter, so then these numbers will be cleaned up.
Make a motion to approve the treasurer's report.
I'll second it.
Motion by Stashik, second by Zuliger to approve the treasurer's report. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Announcements?
Just meetings, fire commissions tomorrow night, 5:30. Plan commission will be on Tuesday next week. It's on a Tuesday night, so no change of the date. Still 6 PM. There'll be a public hearing, and then we'll go into the plan commission meeting. Committee of the whole will be June 28th.
At 6, right?
At 6. Yep. No public hearing. And then we'll be into July.
I will move into closed session.
So we're doing K13.
K13 is the one to do first?
Doesn't matter, if you want to do Jesse's first, the K2 or L2? Yeah, that's fine.
I'll make a motion that we move into closed session for approximately 5 minutes, inviting Jesse and Michelle. Have a good evening.
See ya.
Second.
What's that?
Motion by Kelly, second by Page. Move into closed session for approximately 5 minutes, inviting Michelle Marashik and Jesse Rink. Roll call.
Court,
Yes.
Hottenstein,
Yes.
Kelly,
Yes.
Page,
Yes.
Stashik.
Yes.
Zuliger,
Yes.
Kane.
Yes. Move that closed session at 6:30 or 6:25.